Hello, how's everybody doing today? It is a beautiful day and I'm outside just enjoying the sunshine. And I just wanted to come and talk to you about mindfulness meditation. But before you start thinking about, meditation is too long and it's too drawn out, I want to talk to you about short mindfulness meditation. For many, the mention of meditation and mindfulness practice invokes images of long periods of complete stillness along with a quieting of the mind. It is an image that is enough to have many people turning away from this short practice before even giving themselves a chance to test the waters. While advanced meditators do often sit nearly stationary for periods of time, becoming caught up in any preconceived notion of how long one ought to meditate devalues the potential of any mindfulness practice. So, since mindfulness is solely about moment-to-moment awareness, with no reference to how long this awareness is held, the length of time you practice for during any given session is of lesser importance than the simple act of showing up. What matters in mindfulness practice is consistency rather than the duration. Beginning the journey into mindfulness by exploring short practices or by expanding a well-developed practice by incorporating additional mini mindfulness sessions is just as worthy as an attempt as longer practices are. The advantages of short meditation. Even though longer mindfulness meditations do provide more time for insights to arise and deeper levels of tranquility to be reached, the purpose of mindfulness is not to get anywhere. Because of that, short meditations can be just as powerful as longer practices, since deep awareness can be reached by any given moment. It is not necessary to sit for 1 hour in order to reach some other state. Mindfulness practice is all about being right here, and time is not a factor when we delve into the present moment. So, short practice offers considerable benefits for beginners and advanced students alike. In contrast to longer practices, short meditations can improve commitment to and consistency practice. For most of us in this modern age, life gets really busy. Committing to 20 minutes of mindfulness meditation or more per day feels unreachable for many. Though there is usually more time we can set aside in a day than we think, short practices help us to commit more intently to whatever mindfulness exercise we choose to explore. This commitment improves our consistency, and in the end, short, consistent practices have the capacity to shift us more deeply than longer, sporadic practices. So, deconstruct the preconceived notions of what mindfulness looks like. Once we start to understand that mindfulness and meditation does not have to resemble complete physical stillness for any lengthy period of time, though it can, we start to open ourselves up to a more approachable mindfulness practice that are just as valid. Our understanding of mindfulness begins to broaden as we become to realize that this practice can be as simple as taking 5 minutes out of what we feel emotions begin to arise, or when we feel the breathing become heavy in our chest. This compassionate, non-judgment view is the foundation of mindfulness. So let's deconstruct the myth that mindfulness is only for advanced practitioners. As we start to practice mindfulness for even short periods of time, we gain a more intuitive understanding of what it means to be mindful. Preconceived notions about who mindfulness is for begins to lessen as we open up to a more human understanding of how mindfulness can impact each of us. So this helps us to reaffirm the compassionate, non-judgmental framework that mindfulness practice is based upon. It offers a quick and flexible reset. As we get more accustomed to these short practices, we start to realize how we can incorporate them into our daily lives in just about any situation. Even if we only have 60 seconds before giving a speech or having a difficult conversation, short practices warm us up to the knowledge that even just a few deep breath cycles or similar mindfulness practice is enough to draw us away from an an anxious mind and back into a piece of the present moment. Offer many of the same benefits of longer practices is what mindfulness does. So research shows that short meditation practices, typically defined as 15-minute sessions, have many of the same benefits as longer practices. Various studies have found that even short practices can help improve sleep, boost heart health, aid gastrointestinal upset, lower anxiety, improve memory, and reduce stress. Short meditations are the perfect starting point for developing a deeper meditation or mindfulness practice. Whether using free online resources or exploring meditation with one's own capacity for inner silence, short meditations can go a long way. So, short meditation and mindfulness techniques. In even just 5 minutes, we can guide ourselves into a deep exploration of the present moment. There are a variety of online resources to help facilitate this process. Or we can practice the following techniques that I'm going to show you here in just a minute at any point during our day. All that is required is an openness to the present moment in just a handful of minutes. So the first one I'm going to explain to you is belly breathing. And I know some of you that have followed me have learned how to do the belly breathing, but I'm going to go over that with you real quick. And this is something that I am going to share with you. It's 3 different techniques that I want to share with you. And it's something that you can do really simple. The breath is one of the most common anchors used in mindfulness practice and meditation. By drawing awareness to the movement of this life force as it enters and exits the physical body, we begin to release the mind and sink more deeply into the present moment. When we are caught up in the mind, the breath tends to move only shallowly into the chest. When we breathe this way, both body and mind enter a state we often call our flight or fight response. The body begins to secrete more stress hormones, and we start to experience anxiety and stress throughout our entire being. The counter state to this is often called our rest and digest mechanism. This half of our autonomic nervous system is responsible for feelings of peace and calm and can be activated by breathing deeply into the belly. To practice belly breathing, come to a comfortable seated position and take a few moments to simply observe the breath exactly as it is without trying to change it in any way. After 1 or 2 minutes of this non-judgmental observation, draw your awareness to the stomach. Observe how the breathing begins to naturally flow further into the lungs, causing the stomach to rise and fall with each cycle. Release any construction in the belly as you continue to breathe deeply. Continue to observe this natural rhythm whenever the mind wanders. Simply use the breath as an anchor to guide you back into the present moment. Continue this mindful awareness of your breath for just 5 minutes. That's it. 5 minutes. Number 2 is the senses scan. Another simple mindfulness technique that can be practiced in a matter of minutes is a simple scan of all body senses. Begin by coming into a comfortable lying down or seated position and close your eyes. First, tune into your physical body by noting your sense of touch. Notice all areas where the body is in contact with the physical earth. Spend 30 to 60 seconds noticing whatever physical sensations arise before switching focus and opening your sense of hearing. Shift your attention to the sounds around you as you allow both subtle and not so subtle vibrations to filter through your ears and then dissipate as swiftly as they came. Continue the same process of open observation with your sense of smell and then your sense of taste. Do you notice any aromas in the air around you? Are there any observable tastes in your mouth in this moment? Spend 30 to 60 seconds on each of these senses, and then, once you are ready, very slowly open your eyes, observing this gentle transition between darkness to light. As your eyes just barely crack open, once you have fully opened your eyes, take some time to notice the environment around you. Observing everything in your field of vision without labeling or judging, practice your capacity to simply notice without becoming lost in thought, memory, or story. That's it. That is how you scan your senses. And number 3, emotional awareness. Taking a few moments to observe your inner landscape mindfully when emotions arise is a practical application of mindfulness that can help us to balance and regulate challenging emotions. Whether you are on your own or engaged in conflict with a partner or loved one, practice taking a step away from the situation mindfully to dive more deeply into whatever is moving. Close your eyes and come to a comfortable seated position with your back straight and shoulders relaxed. Scan the body by simply becoming more aware of any sensations that might be observable. Notice the thoughts that arise alongside the emotions and see if you can release them before they carry you off into stories about right or wrong doing. Open up to the emotion you are experiencing with a sense of curiosity and from a place of compassion. Spend 5 minutes or so consciously allowing this experience to be exactly as it is as you open yourself up to these feelings in a new way. Now, those are 3 different mindful exercises that you can practice. And just open yourself up to be aware. And remember, the other night, if you watched, we did an open awareness of the senses meditation. And you can always go back on my YouTube channel. And I think that I need to redo that one because I don't think there was sound on that one. So if you want to see that one again, let me know and I can re-record that one, because the open awareness of the senses will really help open you up to be more mindful, and it will help you to focus and do these short meditations even easier. So here are 3 other tips that I can give you on strengthening your mindfulness practice. 1, start small. It cannot be overstated that there are no rules. As long as you meditate on mindfulness, practice should be your way of doing it. It's no easy or wrong way or hard way to do it. Just do it. It's not right or wrong, just do it. So start small, choosing a length of time you can comfortably commit to daily. Consistency is far more impactful than duration. Start where you are and allow your practice to evolve naturally. Number 2, make it a routine. Set a goal for yourself to help solidify your practice as a routine or ritual. For instance, commit to 5 minutes of mindful practice every morning for 30 days in a row. And if you cannot commit to 5 minutes for 30 days, do 1 minute for 3 days. Get up, do 1 minute. Breathe in and out for 30 seconds for 1 minute. And go on about your day. Do that every day for 3 days and just commit to that and see how much better you feel. Plan this out and see how you can do this mindfully each day. If you miss a day for whatever reason, the personal intention you set for yourself might state that if you miss a day, you will meditate or practice for a couple of more days and add 2 minutes to it. This will help you to get back on track, and if you skip a beat while also helping to promote self-compassion and unconditional acceptance for whatever your personal journey looks like. This is for yourself, for your self-care and personal journey. Number 3, maintain self-compassion. Preconceived notions about what mindfulness is supposed to look like can be pretty sticky. It is not uncommon that we begin building our mindfulness practice. The mind intervenes with shoulds and should nots. Be aware of the potential for this type of self-talk and kindly guide these thoughts down to the heart space. If or when they arise, maintaining self-compassion is something that you should always be aware of and keep in mind. It's the cornerstone of mindfulness practice. The face of mindfulness practice varies from person to person, but it all boils down to the same thing: presence. We can practice bringing greater presence into our daily lives by making even mini meditations and mindfulness practice a priority. Never underestimate the power of small actions. They have the power to begin the way we operate in this world. And this world is what we make it. So life begins with you, and it begins with the breath. So take a deep breath, inhale, exhale, and go about your day. And remember, as always, you were created with a purpose. So